All right, let's dive deep into this whole world of trading psychology.
Sounds good.
We're tackling the disciplined trader today, folks.
Yeah, a classic.
And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how our brains can really make or break us in the market.
Absolutely. It's not just about the charts and numbers.
No, not at all. It's about mastering your mind. Having that mental toughness to make smart decisions even when the market's going haywire.
Right. Like, how do you stay calm and collected when everyone else is losing their heads?
Exactly. And that's what we're going to unpack today. We'll look at those common psychological traps that even experienced traders can fall into.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there.
And most importantly, how to cultivate that winning mindset so you can stay ahead of the game.
Love it.
One thing that really struck me about the disciplined trader was how strongly it emphasizes the psychological aspect of trading. It's almost like it's saying your mindset, your ability to keep your emotions in check is actually more critical than your trading strategy.
It's so true. I mean, think about it. Most traders fail not because of bad strategies,
Right.
but because they let fear and greed drive their decisions.
It's like they get caught up in the moment and react emotionally to every little market fluctuation.
Yeah, and then they end up making impulsive decisions that they later regret.
The book actually had some pretty hard-hitting statistics, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
About how many traders fail because of psychological factors,
Hmm.
not bad strategies.
Right. Like a surprisingly high percentage of traders, they end up losing money because they just can't keep their emotions in check.
They're not disciplined.
Exactly.
Another thing that resonated with me from The Disciplined Trader was its description of the market as this neutral entity. Like, it's not out to get you, but it's also not going to hand you wins on a silver platter. It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Totally. The market doesn't care about your hopes or fears. It just operates on probabilities.
Right. No guarantees.
Exactly.
And accepting that inherent uncertainty, I think that's so crucial for traders
Oh, for sure.
because it helps you avoid falling into that trap of thinking you can predict or control the market's every move.
100%.
You can't.
It's impossible. You're going to be wrong a lot of the time.
And that's okay.
Yeah. You have to be okay with being wrong.
But the thing is, so many traders get caught in these psychological traps, like the fear of missing out, the fear of losing money, or even overconfidence after a winning streak.
Oh, yeah, the fear of missing out, FOMO, that's a big one. And overconfidence, that can be just as dangerous as fear.
Because it leads to, like, reckless trading.
Exactly. You start thinking you're invincible.
Right. And then there's revenge trading. That's a whole other beast.
Oh, man, revenge trading, that's when you double down after a loss, almost like you're trying to get back at the market.
It's like you're personally offended by the market's move.
Yeah, and it almost never ends well.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It is. It's like throwing good money after bad.
So how do we combat these psychological traps? How do we avoid drowning in a sea of emotions?
The disciplined trader offers some great advice on that. It all starts with building the right mindset.
Okay?
And the foundation of that mindset is self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
You have to understand your own biases, your emotional triggers, what makes you tick, what pushes your buttons.
So you can recognize those patterns and avoid making those same mistakes over and over again.
Exactly. It's like knowing your weaknesses so they can't be used against you.
So self-awareness is key, but it's not enough on its own, is it? You also need the discipline to stick to your plan even when things get heated. And patience. Lots and lots of patience.
Oh, absolutely. Discipline and patience. Those are like the two pillars of successful trading.
Because the market rewards those who can play the long game.
It does. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Another concept that the disciplined trader really drove home for me was this idea of risk management as a game of probabilities.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like it shifted my whole perspective on risk. Because the book suggests viewing each trade not as an isolated event, but as one data point in a larger set of opportunities.
Right. It's not about winning every single trade. It's about managing your risk.
So that no single trade can wipe you out.
Exactly. It's about surviving to trade another day.
Stop losses become your best friend.
They really do.
One thing that I was curious about, though, is the disciplined trader talks about detaching your self-worth from your trading outcomes.
Right. Emotional detachment.
But isn't some level of emotion necessary for trading? Like to be passionate and driven?
That's a great question. And it's something that the book addresses. It acknowledges that passion can be a powerful driving force,
Hmm.
but it also emphasizes that getting too emotionally invested in every trade can cloud your judgment
Yeah, I could see that.
and lead to those impulsive decisions. So it's not about becoming a robot.
Right.
It's about creating a healthy separation.
Between your emotions and your trading decisions.
Exactly.
So you can think clearly even when things are getting intense.
Yeah, because when you're in the heat of the moment, that's when you're most likely to make mistakes.
Now, the disciplined trader isn't just about theory and concepts. It actually provides some really practical tools to help traders put these ideas into action.
It does.
Things like pre-trade planning and journaling.
Yeah, those are great tools.
I'll admit, journaling always felt a bit like homework to me.
I get it.
But the book really sold me on its importance
Journaling can be incredibly valuable.
because it helps you track your progress, identify patterns in your behavior,
Exactly. You can start to see those recurring emotional triggers.
and learn from your mistakes.
Right. It's like having a personal trading coach in a notebook.
It is. So we've got self-awareness, discipline, patience, risk management, emotional detachment, and journaling. But there's one more crucial element:
What's that?
continuous learning,
Oh, absolutely. You're never done learning in this game.
because the markets are constantly evolving,
Yeah.
and so should your approach.
What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
That's why it's so vital to stay curious, informed, and open to new ideas.
100%.
So it sounds like the journey to becoming a disciplined trader is an ongoing process of self-discovery and refinement. What aspect of your own trading psychology are you most curious to explore further?
That's a good question, I think.
Remember, folks, this deep dive is just the beginning of that journey.
It is. And it's a journey worth taking
It is.
because mastering your mind is the key to mastering the market.
That's right. Thanks for joining us. Until next time,
See you then.
keep those minds sharp.
And those emotions in check.
You got it.